You're kicking it with G on your favorite station.
The perfect station.
92 KELZ, the only station with new music, new artists, new sound.
We back in this thing. It's your boy G Castleman. You on KickN'It Radio on 92 KELZ. Today we have Miss Bri Vanegas in the building. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. As you see, I ain't doing too good. You see, I'm stumbling, trying to get on, trying to go back and forth. Everybody's been a minute. But we're here to talk about multiple things. Just pretty much your journey as an entrepreneur, and to talk about your modeling and your lingerie line, Nique Vane.
Yes. I'm excited to be here.
I'm telling you, it's going to be smooth. We just going to get into it and we just going to go.
Okay.
So, first, for the people who don't know you, who is Bri Vanegas?
Bri Vanegas. There's a long list. I'm a entrepreneur. I'm a mother, hard worker, overcomer, achiever. Anything positive in the book that you can think of, that's what I am.
Okay, so where are you originally from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
You're from Houston?
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you get into the things that you got into? Like, what initially started you with your fashion line?
Well, actually, it was actually when I got fired from my job. That's what catapulted me into entrepreneurship. I decided that after that I wasn't going to work for anybody and I was going to take matters into my own hands. And actually, it was actually my little sister who inspired me, because she was like, I hadn't pulled out my sewing. I had a sewing machine since high school. And, you know, it was dusty, just sitting, you know, sitting around. And she was like, why don't you pull out your sewing machine again? Why don't you start trying to sew? And I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. So I pulled out Old Faithful, and ever since then, you know, it's been a wrap.
So did you know how to sew like before then, or like was it something that you just picked up?
No, I actually knew how to sew. I took up sewing classes all throughout middle school and high school, and I used to.
You actually picked, let's go to sewing class.
No, I picked. I was Martha Stewart.
I just never know nobody go, you know, I'm going to sewing class. If anything, hey, y'all get some holes in your shirt, come holler at me, I'm going to get you right.
But see, with these times, with this day and age, with everybody having a clothing line, it helps me, you know, because a lot of people have clothing lines nowadays. So, you know, I appreciate the fact that I know how to actually sew my own stuff, you know, so, and it's very relaxing, you know, I don't know, I just like it. I'm an old grandma, I'm sorry.
Do you feel like you ever would have took that step if you never would have got fired?
I don't think so.
But why? There's so many people that have dreams that really don't take that step.
Well, honestly, before, when I was working normal jobs, I knew that I wanted something more out of life, but I really didn't. I had no direction. I just was living day to day, just working. I had no plans on anything. So I think that getting fired was probably the best thing, really, honestly, truthfully. I know people say that a lot, but truthfully, it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
It's a lot of entrepreneurs that say, you know, I feel like that's what it takes, that one thing for it to happen. You're like, I got to find the pieces, pick up something, and start something else.
Exactly. So I'm glad. I mean, I'm not even upset about it. You know, it really changed my life. You know.
But when you was in that time of transition, why fashion? Like, why a sewing machine? It could have been numerous other things you could have picked up.
Because I was a passion of mine since high school. A lot of people that I went to middle school with and high school with, they knew me as like someone who wanted to be a fashion designer. Like, I would sit in class for hours and I would draw like figures. And I was very petite back then, so I would draw like these really curvy figures because I had a dream that one day I was going to be this curvy chick, you know. But I used to draw really, really curvy chicks in clothes, and I used to draw the clothes. And I used to sit in class and just draw, you know. And of course, you know, I did pick sewing classes, you know, as an elective, you know, in middle school and high school. So that was my first choice.
Was it something that stopped you from initially going with it? Like straight out of high school, like when you really draw and get everything together?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, when you don't have someone pushing you and telling you to follow your dreams, you're young, especially when you think you're in love and you're chasing behind someone that you feel like you're going to be with forever. Sometimes as a young woman, you just kind of put your dreams and hopes to the side and just settle, and I didn't have the confidence either back then when I was younger. I just, like I said, I didn't really know what direction I wanted to go until I got fired.
So once you, like, after you got fired and you hopped back in, you started sewing, like, how did you actually find your lane? Like, because there's so many things you can do with fashion. Like, how did you know that I'm going to do these certain little things that I'm doing right here?
Right. So mostly I've done men's bomber jackets, and actually a friend of mine.
Those are dope. I've seen those actually.
Thank you. A friend of mine, his name is Braxton. Shout out to Braxton. He actually really was the one that inspired me to start doing bomber jackets, because when he first initially found out I was sewing, and this is a guy that I had known since elementary. And we hadn't really talked in a while, but he was on my Snapchat, and he seen that I started to pick it back up. And so he contacted me on Snapchat. He was like, hey, I want you to do a shirt like this. And at the time, the song 24 Karat Magic from Bruno Mars was out. So it was like, he wanted me to do a shirt similar to that. So I was like, oh, okay. So we met at the fabric store, and we just started talking about ideas. And then he said, well, can you make me a bomber jacket? And it's funny because at the time, like, I learned how to make hoodies in high school, but I didn't know how to make bomber jackets. So he was like, can you make me a bomber jacket? And I was like, yeah, I can do that. I really didn't know how to make a bomber jacket. I was just saying that just to say it, because I really wanted the business, And so, and I was just like, shoot. When I said that, I was like, shoot, I'm going to try to find out how to make a bomber jacket. So we bought the materials and took it home and made my very first bomber jacket. However, that first one just,
I was just going to say, y'all bought the materials, you was like, I'm going to get out of this material, this what you know.
Man, that first one was so botched and horrible, but I thank God, because you know what, like, he really believed in me. And when he saw it, he didn't say that it looked bad. He was like, it looks good, it looks nice, I can work with it. But I was surprised, because he actually said, you know what, he was like, I want you to make me another one. And like, right when he said that, because I was already kind of embarrassed of the way it looked, because it just wasn't all that.
Yeah.
Mind you, I had just got fired. I hadn't picked up the sewing machine in years, so this was me just freestyling, right? So I was just so like, I was very like happy that he told me to redo it or do another one. And I just was shocked, because I thought maybe he's not going to want me to make him another one. He's going to think that I suck or whatever. But instead, he believed in me enough to ask me to make another one. And it wasn't like, oh, you put your money into it and make me a new one. It wasn't like that. He was actually saying that in a positive spirit, like, hey, you can make another one. And he actually put in the money to make, so that way I can make another one. And when that second one came around, that one was a wrap. And I think because he believed in me enough to make that jacket, I had the confidence enough to actually go back again and do it again, but better. So ever since then, like, I learned techniques since that time that really helped me to make them, a lot better. And of course, with time, just making other bomber jackets for certain other clients, it just helped me. But I just really thank God for him, because he was the one that put that idea to make a bomber jacket, and he believed in me enough to do it again, and the second time it came out a lot better.
How many bomber jackets did you make before you actually posted?
It was that one that was messed up.
The navy blue?
It was black. His was black. The first one that I made for him, that was the very first bomber jacket, but I didn't post that one. The second one, I don't know if you've seen it. It's like the paisley print one, and it has like the peanut butter sleeves. That's the second one.
Was it red and black?
No, not that one.
The peanut butter sleeve was the navy blue, because it felt like it was reversible.
It might
look like it was.
Yeah. So that was the second one that
That's
I had
pretty
ever
dope.
done. Yeah, and then that's when I posted that one on Facebook, and I got like around 300 likes on that one. And when I made it, a lot of people were inboxing me.
It was a quick turnaround. It was nice. I was like, oh, this is like, because I saw when you was first in this, like you was putting up little things going. I seen the finished product. I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then everybody liked that one too, in particular. Every time I show the picture of that one, that jacket is just like the star
It's
of
the
the
print,
show.
man. It's
Yeah,
the print.
yeah. It's the original. It's the star of the show. It's the, it's where it all came from, where it all started.
So besides the bomber jacket, did anything else come out of the fashion world? Like you building like purses, backpacks, or anything, shirts?
Not yet. I mean, I've made other stuff.
Mhm.
Like I've made sports bras and underwear for women. I made bathing suits.
That's coming from your lingerie line?
Yeah.
Mm.
But so far, right now, I'm still trying to build up the line and just really just upgrade my skill level as far as like just the jackets are concerned.
So let's hop right into lingerie. Why lingerie? Why do the lingerie line?
Because I think that, every woman wants to feel sexy, look
Agreed.
sexy, and I think that is, I personally, I think that it's sexy, and so one thing leads to another, when I started doing the sports bras and underwear, I actually thought, well, what if I start, initially it really started off me thinking I could start doing exotic dance wear. And from there, because I was like, oh man, like what if I start doing exotic dance wear and then start going into, strip clubs or getting with strip club owners and seeing if I could sell the pieces to the women, and then from that thought, I was like, well, if I do exotic dance wear, I could do lingerie, I could do swimwear, so it's just like when you have a thought and then you act on it a little bit, then it'll take you further and further the more you do it, and you'll just start developing all these ideas that you didn't even have initially.
So did you, for the people, your support team, did they feel like it was a big change for you going towards the lingerie line or trying to go down that angle?
I actually, to be honest with you, I haven't really gone heavy into the lingerie line.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a few pieces, but not so much. I'm hoping that within the year 2020 to 21, I'll be able to start launching like a full out lingerie line.
So would you like it, what's your like target audience like in your mind? Like if your idea, is it just something that you're gonna make for everybody? Or is it just like a specific, I guess, area that you want to just target?
What, with
With the lingerie line?
You know what? I consider myself somewhat of a plus size. I don't know if they consider plus size, but I heard like if it's like you're in the double digits.
They changed, so like I don't understand. Like everything is either, it used to be you had to be super skinny. Now you can be anything,
Right.
anything you want to be.
Right,
They
right.
accepted it from everywhere.
Yeah, it's being accepted.
So what is really the right size?
Right. Well, for me being, I guess I would say thicker, curvy. I don't know. I'm kind of like in between. I would say and then my mom too. She also inspired me too. She said, you should start doing clothes for plus size women, because my mom is a curvy queen.
Mm-hmm.
And because, she's like, that's a good market because it's hard for plus size women to find clothes, and so that put another idea in my head. Okay, like what if I start making sexy lingerie not only for the smaller women, but what if I start doing it for plus size women? So that would be my target. Really just any size woman, but I would definitely specialize in plus size women, to where they would feel comfortable to say, oh yeah, that Nique Vane, like she has really nice stuff for plus size women. Not where it's like, she has a few stuff and her stuff just doesn't fit plus size women right. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So that's.
So you got the lingerie and now you hopped into modeling, correct?
Yeah.
That's a big pool. Everybody, like right now, everybody's hopping into modeling. Everybody wants
Right.
to be a model, want to do the thing. Like, what made you jump into modeling after you doing all the things? And you also have the food cake, the fashion fruit house.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have all these things you do. How do you even manage? And you're a mom, a single mom on top of that. Like, how do you manage all of this?
It's just God. But no, I mean, I'm not going to say it's the easiest. You just have to try to balance between all of them. Like before I came here, I had a meeting with someone about a possible investor in the food business side. So I met with him, and I brought my youngest son to McDonald's. We met at McDonald's. He played while I spoke with the investor. And then after that, my plans were to work my food business and go sell for a little bit until it was time for me to come here. When I'm out working, my youngest son doesn't go to daycare, so he was out with me. I would take him out the car, go into places, go make some money real quick, come back in the car, go to my next spot. By the time I came over here, by the time 1:30 came around, it was almost time for me to come to appear on the show. So here I am. So it's like it's always like a give and take. You're not going to be able to do everything in one day, but it's a matter of just figuring out what's most important. So to me, this was important. So I mean, I definitely wanted to be part of the show. So it was very important to me.
I want to know, what was the conversation with yourself like when you said, I'm going to try this model thing?
Let me think. You know what? It just, honestly, I'm going to just be so honest. Like, it was just really like a light switch that went off. Because I recently had something happen within the last month that really just hurt me, hurt my heart. Not physically, but it hurt me emotionally. And after that, I decided, you know what? Like, I'm going all in. I'm just going to do whatever it is that I always wanted to do. So it's not like I just overnight said, you know what? I'm just going to be a model. At this point, I'm just going bold for what I want. I'm just going bold, And so now with me having, trying to launch the lingerie line, I believe that for me to become a model and be able to model my own stuff and be the face of my lingerie line, that would be perfect, because it would help me to sell it more. Because who better than me? Because I'm going to be passionate about it. And then, of course, I designed the piece. So that's what really brought me in to start trying to, do that as well.
Have you had, does everybody support you for the things you're trying to do?
No. No. I mean, I get a lot of it. You know what? I'll tell people that it doesn't matter what you try to do as an entrepreneur. If you're stepping outside the box, you're always going to have somebody that's going to oppose what you're doing. So you could be doing something positive. You could be doing something what people consider negative. Like I've been getting a lot of backlash from, the modeling and, the somewhat racy pictures that I've been posting on my page, and I've been getting people say, oh, this is not you, and you're taking your clothes off for likes now, and all this kind of stuff. But,
But it's the same people that was never talking to you from the beginning? Just the same people?
Well, no, it's people that have been friends of mine or a part of my life, It's not just random people, but, and I understand where they're coming from because they're not used to seeing me in that light. But one thing I will say is that you got to really live for yourself. And I really believe that now because, like I said, it doesn't matter what you do, people are not going to support what you do. When I first started doing you would think compared to selling fruits and doing catering and modeling almost half naked on Instagram or social media, people would probably support the selling fruits more so than this, right? But it doesn't matter, because when I first started even selling the fruits and doing the food business, a lot of people were telling me, oh, you need to get a job. This is not, I've heard somebody tell me before, like, you can't be a single mom and have a business right now. You can't do that.
Man, the whole modeling thing, I wasn't trying to cut you off everything, but the whole modeling thing about not supporting everything, like one thing that everybody always knows, like when it comes to the female body, man, everybody knows sex sells.
Right.
Like no matter what you do,
Right.
you gonna always make some money if you going down that road.
Right.
People might not like it,
Right.
but it's gonna be some money coming in one way or the other.
Right. That's true. That's very true. I can agree with that. And I mean, like I said, for me, I don't look at it so much as, because see, people don't know which direction I'm going with it, and they don't have to know.
And they don't.
Yeah, they don't have to know, as long as I know, but I think that a lot of my close friends and family members are like, oh my gosh, she's going crazy, like, what is she doing? But they don't know the agenda that I have in mind. They don't know the agenda, so just like when I'm out working my business, I tell people about my clothing line. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. So it's just a matter of being smart, playing your cards smart, and using every opportunity that you have to catapult you into a different opportunity. So for me, I look at it as, your body is like a work of art.
Like I was just like literally. Females is just winning all the way around, pretty much. They can get into anywhere they want to go, long as you keep your body right. You ain't got to be, sleeping with everybody. You don't have to do that.
Right.
But you can use your body to put yourself, I'm not saying that's what everybody does, but you can do it to put yourself in arenas that you never thought that you could put yourself in.
Exactly. I agree with I definitely agree with that. That is for sure. And that's another business move. That's another reason why I've done it, is to put me in a different arena. Because I know it does catapult you a lot faster into certain things, and so, like I said, you're young. I tell myself, you're young, and, why not use what you have while you can?
Yeah.
Everything can be done in a classy way. You don't have to be, and I'm not talking down on any woman who does what they do in a certain way, but, I mean, like I said, there's really nothing wrong with it. At the end of the day, it's no different from going to the beach and wearing, seeing a woman in her bikini, or a Victoria's Secret model wearing, whatever.
I just don't get it though, because everybody has seen it. Everybody has seen what every woman has. It's different colors, different shapes, different sizes, but everybody has seen, felt it in some shape or form.
Right.
What's supposed to happen.
Right.
But
right.
people be out of control when it comes to the visual of certain things.
Yeah, they still can't wrap their mind around it, right? We've seen it a million times, but we still can't wrap our minds around, oh gosh, like, look at this girl, like, look what she has on, but I'm tired of the stereotypes. I'm tired of, I'm tired of being labeled. I'm tired of putting myself in a box. I'm just tired of all that, I'm ready to just break free and just be everything that I always wanted to be.
You being in Houston, do you feel like it's easier in Houston or outside of Houston?
I can't really say because I'm from Houston, and honestly, I haven't had a chance to really travel much. I do plan on it in the future as I continue to build my businesses and my name as far as like modeling, but I can't really compare it right now. If that makes any sense.
No, it does make sense, because I'm just thinking, because it's like everybody always feels like it's so much harder to make it from their home spot than to actually get more support from outside.
Well, you know what? Okay, well, since you said that, I actually recently considered moving to Atlanta just for those reasons.
That's a big move. Everybody want to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, so maybe so. I think so. Maybe that is one of the reasons why, because just to kind of get away, not only that, to be able to network with new faces.
I feel like everybody should move at least once, just to break free of the normal standards that's been put upon you because your whole life. Like if you've been here your whole life, people know you, but if you go somewhere else, like you pretty much get to start over. Not all the way over, but you get to be something completely different. You may be more outgoing somewhere else than here.
Exactly. That's completely how I feel about this possible move to Atlanta. It just kind of, when I think of moving, it feels like a breath of fresh air, just the thought of just moving to Atlanta. Just to be around new faces, new people. I don't know what new opportunities there's out there, in Atlanta. I might move out there, and meet somebody at the grocery store that could really help me catapult any one of my businesses that I probably wouldn't have met here in Houston.
Yeah.
So, I can meet somebody here in Houston as well, you know what I mean? But, just need a change of scenery.
So, but before we get up out of here, like for any entrepreneurs, anybody that's listening, Like, what is some advice that you could give somebody that wants to maybe get to that finish line and reach their goals?
I would say don't stop. You know, and I know people say that all the time, but it's so true. Do not stop. Whatever trials and tribulations that you're going through, personally, like, hold on to it. Like, hold on to your dream, because at the end of the day, I feel like something's gonna shake. And the more you get out there, the more you expose yourself to the universe. This is what I always say. The more you expose yourself to the universe, you're bound to run into somebody that's going to help you get to that next level. You know, when I'm out working my food business and I meet so many different people, I get so many different ideas that come my way, or a lot of people that say this and say that, or I just meet so many interesting people, and I've grown a love for just meeting new people. So, you know, for anybody who's trying to become an entrepreneur, or who's in it already but they're having a really hard time, just stick to it. Just stick to it, and definitely do not listen to people who are negative and trying to talk you out of it, because those are the same people that are not doing anything business-wise, and they just want you to be complacent just like they are. So you got to surround yourself with friends, and it's mostly friends. You got to surround yourself mostly with friends, because it's really going to be a lot of your family members that are kind of not going to really just be that supportive of you like that. But what I found is that a lot of friends and people outside of family and people that I meet when I'm doing business have been more supportive and more rooting for me and cheering for me. So just surround yourself with positive people and continue to do what you do. Don't stop. And I mean, just continue to see the vision, write your plans out, and listen to a lot of audio books and stuff on YouTube, or stuff like that, you know, to help motivate you.
Because if you got kids, I guarantee y'all have seen YouTube plenty of times, because the kids stay on YouTube. Right. But another thing, go ahead and drop all the social media content where people can find it, where they can look you up, they can, you know what I mean, stay up to date with things you have going on in the future.
Okay. So I have a Facebook. My name on Facebook is Bri Vanegas. If you guys want to find me on Instagram, it's Nique Vane. So that's spelled Nique .Vane. Nique Vane. So Nique Vane on Instagram and Bri Vanegas on Facebook.
Man, there you have it. Again, appreciate you. Thank you for coming
Or
out.
the Fashion Fruit House.
Oh,
That's my food business. The Fashion Fruit House.
You're kicking it with G on your favorite station.
The perfect station.
92 KELZ, the only station with new music, new artists, new sound.